Severos is a land of many beasts that we revere. The cunning wolf, the hardy camel, the fearless bison, the obedient horse. But no greater beast is there than the vulture, who shall devour everything when the world falls to ruin and decay.
My father would often say that the spirit bends to the needs of the flesh, just as the flesh bends to the desires of the spirit. Yet both can be bent with the right words. That may be the only truth he ever told me.
I met some crows this morning. They did not like you. It's okay. They're only a murder in name. Morning bells are ringing. Ding, ding.
I can only remember the love he felt. And since memories of him are all I have left, well, I'm nothing but loyal to the person who created me after all. Malik Isagani, I hope I was worth it. I hope they were worth it.
Hello, everybody. We return to Doscon, and we, I don't know what just happened in the background. Anyway, let's try that again. Hello, everybody. We return to Doscon. Something just fell over in somebody's background. We will today see the heist of the unstoppable train, but that is going to happen in a bit. We have a little bit of downtime to get through first. And before we get to that, time to introduce ourselves because we're just 12 sessions in. So this is all very new to all of you, I'm sure. I'm Janis, he, him. I'm the GM of this game and others. That's it. Popcorning it over to Prince.
Hey, I'm Prince, he, him, Prince Infidel. Oh, if you have nothing to celebrate. Today I'll be playing Eloji, also he, him, who's doing fine. He's just doing fine. And I will popcorn it over to Glaiza.
Speaking of another person who's doing just fine. Hi, my name is Glaiza. Shanya pronouns. I do a lot of things on the internet, especially in the TTRPG space. And I'm playing your puppet boy who's doing great. Absolutely no problems here. Muldo or Malik Isagani. And I will popcorn it over to Shiv because Andre's eating.
Hi, I'm Shiv. I was just eating, but I'm not eating now. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing Taibsha, our whisper, who is doing so okay, and it's only her up in her head, and nothing is wrong. And I will popcorn over to Andre, who has been given ample time to stop eating. There you go.
Hello, I'm Andre. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm playing Carrion, whose pronouns are he, him. He's doing awesome. Like y'all were kidding. He's living it up a little bit right now. So he's doing fine.
Clearly, like everybody's doing great here. I don't know why anyone would think any differently.
No, Carrion is living his absolutely best possible life. Just had his individuality slightly subsumed by a vulture, and possibly also a witch. But we'll get to that.
All great things, honestly. All wonderful options. Really, girlfriend, stable job. Great boss. Genuinely, the best position for Carrion.
I wanted to start this session with a scene for Molto, but you have convinced me that we're going to just go right to where Carrion and Taibsha are, which last session, we saw both of them enter the humble abode of Ula the Witch, who had already prepared a meal for them. What kind of meat is in there this time? Who knows? Probably not eel.
No.
Good. Taisha hates eel.
Mhm.
We had a long discussion about which foods Taisha likes yesterday.
It's not a lot. Anything with spices? No. But we're in Ula's kitchen, or not kitchen. Taisha's not allowed in the kitchen. In Ula's dining area.
Honestly, reasonable
Yeah.
boundary to set with Taisha is to not let her back in that kitchen. So,
I mean, Taisha wasn't allowed in there in the first place. Just kind of went there and has some deals. Well, has some things to do for Ula in the future. But you just delivered some choice meats to her that you got from the deceased priests of the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. And now we find you sitting down.
were these the
Ula.
priests that Taisha as the passenger?
No.
No. Because I was just like, okay, no, I'll do it in character. And she has questions.
We see you sitting at the table with Ula. All the pleasantries have been exchanged already. You are about to finish the main course. More spices than Taisha is used to, for sure. But still, it's fine. And now it's time to discuss whatever it is that you came for, whatever business you have with Ula.
I was taught that when the body is destroyed, so is the spirit. But we were taught very specific ways to do that efficiently. When you consume, to do the same thing. Or does it still hang around?
My God, that's a very strange question. When I eat the flesh of something, that concerns the flesh, doesn't it? The spirit is long gone at this point, wherever it's been taken or wherever it went on its own.
Would you say you have mastery over squishy vessels? Meat suits.
Squishy vessels? Well, you mean a squishy vessel like yourself, don't you? And she pinches your cheek.
Absolutely, just like child who never had parents. This is not something she knows. I just, due to the unforeseen circumstances, I have found myself seeing less than I usually do. I'm not without sight. It's just not accurate.
Well, that's all nice and good. So, what is it that you come here for then? You talk about sight, you talk about squishy vessels. My God, do I look like somebody who has time to waste?
I'm not wasting time. It's the scientific method. Hey, you seem to know your way around a body. I have a body part that is currently not working. Right. It works, but only in my domain, spirits.
Well, that seems perfectly usable then. Maybe you should just use it as it works now. Or are you here because of the thing inside you that we've all seen before? that has made it so that it has changed, that you perhaps see things a little differently, don't you now?
I don't want this thing. I'm only carrying it because I don't think anyone else can have this thing. Use it right.
Hmm. Well, there's much that can be done about that. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want it. It seems so... It looks so good on you, you know, but we can definitely try to do something for you. I would need a little bit of time to prepare for that. And maybe I should also talk to Platon here about that.
I would appreciate that.
Right. Well, then, I think you, Taisha, I think it's time that maybe I show you the door. You'll find your own way home, right?
I think Taisha is actually going to get legitimately angry for like the first time in the whole campaign. It's all been kind of like righteous, like annoyance. I think she's going to get mad for real when she says you can find your way home. Her itty bitty fist slams on the table and knocks over like a couple of things. And she is like, do you typically wave off people who ask you for help? Like nothing has happened to them, that if they've come to your table and eaten what you put in front of them, that you go, okay, anyways. Or are you going to sit here and listen to me? Because I am struggling and I am desperate and I am in perfect order for you to take advantage of. And you don't even do that. You just wave me off. I deserve more respect than that. Because I came here with an olive branch and you set it ablaze. If I leave this door, Carrion is coming with me. Whether he wants to or not.
First, I think you came here with a packet of meat. Second, I can offer you help, certainly, but that help has to... What do you think I do here? Do you think I am somebody that the urchins of the district just come to and ask for help, and I just wave my finger around and something magical just happens and everything is fine for them? If you want my help, then it also needs to be of interest to me. And right now, you sit here after you snuck into my kitchen. You try to steal from me. And then you were rude enough to just poof away to the ghost field when I was just asking you questions. And now you're telling me that I'm burning branches.
I don't remember much of my childhood. Not a lot.
You also don't seem to remember much of the last 2 weeks.
Let me finish my thought. But I do remember the stories. Stories of creatures who you could go to for help at a cost. You would bring something, especially if you've wronged them, and share a meal and hospitality and create a deal or a contract. This is what I am applying here. If you are no more hospitable than the fair folk, we are done here. And she is going to stand up.
Carrion and gives Carrion a look like, get your people under control here.
I think Carrion is going to look at Taivsha with a sense of I don't know the word for what I'm looking for, but like this sense of like you don't even understand what you have. This kind of like Carrion thinks Taivsha's being ungrateful right now in this moment, and I think he will after the outbursts from Taivsha, he will turn to her and says, "You should go. It is, if you do not like what was offered, the chef does not need to provide an alternate."
I think Taivsha does stand up, and she just. What is our seating arrangement? Is Carrion next to me, Ula across from us, or are we all kind of like circled around one side of the table?
Circled around.
Okay. Taivsha grabs the lip of the table and with more strength than she should, flips it. Just boom, like into the wall and storms out.
Carrion will attack you.
Let's fucking go. We will do some PvP. He's fucking mad. We are starting to have bleed between Taivsha and the passenger. So this is what you want, Carrion.
I think, we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my finesse in order to just like grab hold of Taivsha, like maneuver to like kind of like pin you in place, basically.
How straight is your arm when you pin her?
How straight is my arm?
Essentially, can my hands reach your face?
My thought was more as you were turned away, like kind of like almost like a cat, like you grab like the nape of their neck. So he would be behind you.
It's going to probably be a reach behind, and she's at least going to try to claw at your face.
Okay.
Which I think would be skirmish for her to do. Or,
I think at this point you're both going to skirmish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we'll see who rolls better, I guess.
I'm trying to think if I got any argument for shit I can do.
No, you've just. I mean, you've very clearly described skirmish. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, like for any bonus dice or anything, because I'm tapping into the passenger. She hasn't redone the ritual to suppress it.
Yeah.
Is this controlled?
I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
Just roll. We'll
Okay.
See. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I mean, Carrion already had some more dice in this.
That is.
That's awful. It's always when it matters. It's always when it matters.
That's so cool.
Carrion was not
This
expecting
tiny
this.
little girl.
We said last week that there's just always carrying those sixes until it kind of matters to him, and then he's just rolling a one or something.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're just gonna get like nails down your face, like just honestly a little bit like contortionist. You grab her by the scruff, applying cat logic to her, but her she's very flexible, and her shoulders do go back, so it's just like straight back, like claws at the face. Honestly, what she's trying to do is just get you to let her go and run off. She's not trying to really hurt you, but if you don't let go, the next one's not going to be a warning shot.
So, Carrion takes level 1 harm as he got scratched up. Taifsha rushes off. Ula has just been sitting there. Partially because I didn't want to interrupt this, but partially also because Ula wanted to see what Taifsha has to offer, in a sense. Once Taifsha is out, Ula will turn to Platon / Carrion. Now then, you all right there?
Fine. It's my pride that was hurt.
Oh, we don't need any of that silly pride, but she does have some fire in her, doesn't she? At least that. Still, as far as vessels go, it's unfortunate that she was the one that got this gift.
I wish it was me.
Oh, you would have been a much, much better vessel than her, at least. If she wants to get rid of it so desperately, maybe there is a way to transfer it. I can't guarantee that she will survive the process, of course.
She doesn't have to know that.
No, she doesn't. That is why I sent her away, after all.
We'll propose it. She seems desperate to rid herself of it. If she doesn't want to be a willing passenger, then
She is a bit on edge, yes.
it has to happen. I apologize for her indecency.
Oh, well, that's quite all right.
I did not come just for Taifsha, though.
Well, then let's hear what else you came for. But let's do that while we clean up around here, yes?
Yes.
And it very soon becomes apparent, by the way, that you cleaning up around here with her means that she gives you orders.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Carrion reset the table, put the tablecloth on, rearrange the dishes, sweep up the shattered glass. And as they are, as he is cleaning, he says, "We are headed to the Deathlands relatively soon."
Oh, wonderful. I think you've been there before and might have neglected to mention that to me. Probably just forgot. I understand. But this time, I have a list of places that I would like you to go for me. You'll have time for that, won't you?
Of course, my lady.
Right, well. And she hands you this list. And on top of it is an apothecary building in Gremlin Alley. There are some ingredients in there. You'll see it all on the list. Now, I don't know what's still in there. There are all sorts of ruffians, of course, that plunder the place. But the things I'm looking for are not the ones that traditionally hold the most value. They might have been overlooked.
You said Gremlin?
Yes, Gremlin Alley.
Very well. We also may be hitting an apothecary if you're looking for herbs
for your cooking?
Yeah, well, herbs from the Deathlands are best gathered fresh, but there are some other things in there. Salts, and the like. And those I would like to have. Anything else?
I miss you.
Oh, you.
Feel a fool for coming back, cowering. You took me in when I could provide something for you.
And you still can. As long as this broken sun still does the sad imitation of rising in the morning, you still can.
The camel will die.
So will the wolf. All things must in the end.
Thank you.
And elsewhere, Muto.
What up?
I think it is the first time that you see Cedric again.
Correct.
And where would that be?
At his house. Like
His
a
house.
creeper.
Okay. His house can mean two things, of course. It could mean in his shop or the floor above.
The floor above.
So is Moto just waiting there for him?
Yep, on his bed.
Oh, no.
Sitting down. Seated, you guys. God. I'm just sitting down on his bed. God. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
sitting down waiting for him to come up.
Yeah, you hear him slowly.
Where is the
Walk
painting,
up.
by the way? Just so I know.
Oh, the painting of you?
Yep.
He had that downstairs
Okay.
in his shop where he spends most of his time.
I had brought it up.
This is getting so much worse by the minute. Okay.
It's great. It's perfect, really.
You hear him with somewhat halting steps. He has just spent some time in captivity at his somewhat advanced age. Come up the stairs.
You can't say it's not advanced, Glaiza.
He's not that old.
50 is advanced. Sorry.
First of all, how dare you?
He's old
Anyway.
enough to not really do well in this kind of captivity, I'm afraid. Walks up the stairs, goes to his bedroom and just sees you there and recoils a little bit.
Yeah.
Malik, I was wondering when you would show up here again.
Yeah. And he's holding the painting. Do you have this made?
Yes, it was supposed to. It'd be a surprise for you. Little a celebration of how we met each other when you procured this portrait for one of my clients, which unfortunately, of course, led to the portrait being, well, shot, oddly enough. But, you know, there was, I thought, some humor in that before. And he just looks at the painting of you and then you as you are now.
I missed you.
I did also miss you. I also thought much of the day when you told me to run.
I had every intention of keeping that promise.
Did you? Truly?
Yeah.
You must have made some very difficult decisions, elaborate plans to, well, arrive where you are now. In the event that you couldn't keep the promise.
Yes. I did.
I just have one question, Malik. Did you also have plans in case you did keep it?
Plans like what?
I think that is answer enough.
I, just like what I said to the others, I really did not intend to disturb your life again. But I also didn't want to see you die. Not when I could do something about it.
Oh. Malik, you did all this just becoming this, then you don't want to disturb us again?
The Malik that you knew is very different from the person standing in front of you. But
God.
I couldn't let you die. I couldn't let any of them die.
Yes. So you made the decision to take it upon yourself to die.
I didn't want to die. At least that's the memory that I had. I also know that I was at peace when I died. A peace that I no longer experience, by the way. If that's any consolation, if that makes you
Why would it be
feel
a
better.
consolation?
You seem really mad.
Perhaps I'm mad at myself. But
Because you regretted us?
perhaps there is some of that. Certainly, we only had a few short weeks. And
Good weeks. Right?
yes, good weeks. And then you decided to, well, I'm not sure what you decided. You seem to not be sure about that anymore yourself. But you so eagerly threw your life away.
As much as I probably deserve that. I don't remember. That's incorrect. I remember every single moment. He must have loved you all so much. I must have loved you all so much. To do the things that he did. I did. There's inklings, Cedric. Very, very shallow feelings, clues to the man I was before. Should I chase after that, or should I just wait for termites to eat my body and fade away? I don't even know if I could fade away. All I remember is that he loved every single one of you. I loved every single one of you. And that's all I remember.
At that point, Cedric actually sits down next to you on the bed. Malik, if you still remember that, then I must believe you, but still here you are, and you have left all of us in some grand gesture of self-sacrifice, perhaps, but there's love that you feel, and there's love that you commit to, that you act on. And how can you do that when you're so ready to just throw yourself into the fires?
Would you ever forgive me?
I'm not sure. I still... Well, unlike you, I'm still very much the same. With a few fresh bruises, perhaps. So my feelings are also similar, at least. And he reaches out and touches your cheek.
Mulder returns the touch and says, I want to be who I was. Better, maybe. Worse? I don't know. I just want to be something else, to feel again.
Cedric extends another hand and just feels your wooden face. Sighs and just says, you're so cold. And with that, we will end the scene. With that cheerful little scene, we'll meet.
I think that
everybody.
was great. Everybody's happy there.
Yeah.
I think that was wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm cheerful.
We are back in Crumble Tower Court. There will be some things to discuss between Carrion and Taifsha. But first, there is somebody who has found their way to you. Not first to Crumble Tower Court, but has sought you out in the streets after you rescued them from the clutches of the church. And we're going to decide who that was now, because I don't know. But you are getting a new cohort out of your excursion to the Weeping Lady. And yeah, you can tell me, like, who did you rescue apart from Cedric? And why do they make a good criminal in your employ?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I think this person should be an expert, and I think that maybe they are not part of the police force, but they're like a private investigator who is like on the case related to the Church of the Flesh. So they were getting in too deep, and then they were like caught, basically. So someone who's more of like a sleuth, someone who's like, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I like a PI, so technically they aren't tracked by the police, but at least know how to deal with them, or the blue coats.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then Prince, you can, because you haven't said anything yet, you can give this person a name.
A name? Jai.
Jai, okay.
Yes. Jai. Is there? Yeah, that's her name, and they're. Do they need a scoundrel name? I guess not really, since they're just.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we're also not even in Crumble Tower Court. We're just at a street corner outside. And
I mean, there's
Standing there.
there's a bar we do occasionally
oh
go
yeah,
to.
yeah, we're in a bar.
Yeah, and we're meeting.
Howell is not here, maybe, but Jai is sitting there. Still has a few cuts and bruises, of course. And, well, guess I should thank you for all of that, but what were you doing in there in the first place?
Crimes.
Oh. Could have thought, honestly. A group like that, when they come together, they're either, well, doing crimes or preventing them. Otherwise, you don't really see a ragtag bunch like you together.
I don't know what you mean. We all absolutely look like we're going to the same place at all times.
Sure. Well, maybe there's some things about what you do that I better off not knowing, but is there perhaps any place that I should go to repay your kindness of getting me out of that cage?
Well, I think an important question is, do they know who you are?
Well, I mean, I'm sure some of them still do. I think I'm lucky in that you have most of the heat on you now, so I think I'm still free to go wherever.
For now.
Well, for now, yes.
Well, as someone with, some knowledge about them, I can tell you that in time they will come after you, especially since in your line of work puts you in a position to be dangerous to them.
Yeah, well, I knew that when I started looking into them. Maybe should have been more careful then, but I think that opportunity is gone. And now, probably my best option is to stick with you. So, again, anything you need done, just come to me. And maybe we can protect each other a little bit. And with that, I would like to say that considering who this is and what you've kind of set her up to be, Jai can do a single downtime activity each downtime, and it has to be some kind of investigation. Which you have at least one ongoing, which is to look into Ironborn a little bit more.
Yeah. Good work, Andre. Fist bump.
Yeah.
I think if you overlay your...
Yeah, good, you did it. Yeah. All right, that brings us to downtime. We have a little bit to go through there. Well, a lot, honestly. So, Jai doesn't have a token yet, so we'll get to that next time. But we have everybody's downtime actions ready to go. We have the Ironborn clock, well, two Ironborn clocks. One is just figuring out what is actually going on with him. The other is shifting some heat over to him. One of them Jai can, of course, help with. And just going right through it. Who is doing what activities? I'm going to start with Taifsha, honestly. In part because I just have the token selected, and also because Taifsha has a secret clock that is not on here, which is her trauma.
Oh, well, I certainly need to take some downtime because I have 9 stress.
No, you cleared that last session.
Oh, I cleared
you
that last
already did. Yeah, but you had 9 stress. Then
Yeah, no, so
you did narrate last session how you
right.
Did some weird things, but what you didn't say is that you had 9 stress, which means that you will overindulge, and that means you can roll a d6 now, and we're going to see how you overindulge.
Oh, boy.
Aha. That means it is going to be. We're going to cut to time for still doing this weird thing, whatever it is. What you rolled for is very appropriate, honestly. Get wild. You damage property, you terrify citizens. You're going to lose status with a faction or the citizenry in general by just being terrifying out in the open. So, or you spend, or you make amends in some way, but I'm not sure how Typesha would do that right now because of the bleed with you and your passenger.
Having a hard time.
Yeah. Mhm.
I was just texting Andre about this, so I will then put the cards on the table. One of the things Typesha was going to try to figure out was if she could. She has her ritual to suppress. She's looking less at physical alchemical stuff and maybe a little bit more mystic stuff, which she doesn't know a lot about shunting it back from whence it came, right? And she's looking into like poisons, potions, that kind of stuff. I think one of the things that she was unfamiliar with, and it's Find Out Productions. She fucked around with and found out.
Yeah.
There was a hallucinogenic property to one of the ingredients. So she has a bad trip while she's trying to experiment on herself because she doesn't use any other subjects. That's unethical. And so Typesha remembers drinking something in her lab, and then it's like she hears like a clock tower ring that it is like 7 to 10 hours later. She's in a completely different part of town and there is just destruction where she's been, and it is like her consciousness is aware she's in her lab, and then her consciousness is aware she's not in her lab, but she can't see, she doesn't know where she is, right? She can see the ghost field. So she doesn't even know the destruction she's done, nor the body count if there is one.
No, there's no body count.
So-
You just lost control while you were on drugs. I hope that never involved a body count for you personally, but
That I know of.
if that ever happened at all.
For legal
Maybe
reasons,
not
that's a
something
joke,
to-
Twitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like, honestly, probably if you for the newspaper, it was probably just more her almost just running, just beelining down a road, right? Like she just ran in the straightest line she could, and just behind her, like crumbling, like not even she doesn't even like physically touch anything. They can't even see the lash out of the darkness or anything. It is just like as soon as she passes a building, essentially it almost looks like a pair of hands grabs the facade and pulls it down like a window.
Okay, well, yeah, you will lose a point of status with the entire citizenry of 6 towers. As you are now known as a witch, essentially. Yeah, but actual downtime actions. We're going to move on from Typesha then and go over to Carrion, I guess, because you also have a pretty big clock to fill that you could get to, or something else.
Absolutely. I would like to do some more hunting of Ironborn.
All right. Are we going to do that once or twice?
Just once. I have another.
Right.
I would like to train for my other.
Okay, so train and project. How do you try to figure out Ironborn's secret? And is Jai with you?
Yeah, I think Jai is with me. I think we've been introduced, and I think Carrion has relayed all of the current information that he's been presented with. The changed eyes, the reconstitution of his body, all of the weird aspects of Ironborn that don't seem to align. He mentions the sister that he encountered as well. And it's just laid out all the cards on the table for Jai to catch up with them on.
And what skill are you going to use to investigate this time yourself?
I am going to hunt.
Oh, okay. So we're just shadowing and just yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Control the standard. Any bonus dice for Jai being there or no?
There are no dice.
Oh, okay.
They're just going to be ticks, and I've given you a bonus tick for Jai. Yes.
Awesome.
As you both just follow. Maybe Ironborn, but also intermittently his sister. And it is his sister this time that I think gives you the most interesting information because you see her very indirectly just taking just a very strange path, possibly the longest way that it could take her to eventually arrive at Scurlock Manor. And the door simply opens. There is no servant there at the time. It seems like maybe she can just come and go as she pleases. And as you, hidden as you are, look inside, you could swear that for a moment you see the silhouette of the demon Setara inside.
Interesting. Okay.
And that brings us to, I think, Multo's downtime.
Demon research. Sorry. It is. I'm going to take my downtimes. One, and you can put as many like sections or whatever for this clock. One is a project that I'm going to call Reconnecting to My Humanity.
Oh, right.
That's what, I don't know how many sections that'll be, but that is one thing that I'm trying to do after speaking with Cedric.
That is
as many sections as you like.
I think that is actually in the book. That is I think 8-segment clock. Are you going to? Yeah, let me check. But that is one activity. Or are you going to use both on that?
No, I'm just going to use one on that.
Okay.
For now. Yeah.
And how does that look like? You can just freely narrate that while I look up the actual rules.
I'm going to try to reconnect to my humanity by talking to the people that Malik loves.
Yeah, there's of course.
You don't have to like. I don't know if we mark Cedric's one because that's when he first started thinking about it. It could just be the starting point. With also Elogi, both Elogi and whatever, and Cedric sort of like starting that. He's going to start hanging out with Elogi a little bit. Just to like, since Elogi seems to be the most open of the three. Well, the other two are busy. The other two are busy, and I will hang out with them later. But one of them will definitely will be with Elogi first. And it's Elogi. What would you be doing at this time?
Well, Ilgi has his own clocks he's working on.
Sure. And the thing is, Molto is gonna be like shadowing you in a sense,
Okay.
sort of like hanging out with you to reconnect with you, really, as a person and as a as his friend.
Ilgi's gonna be well, he's gonna be talking to a lot of people. Is what he's gonna be doing with
I'm
your
gonna
family.
be standing as your bodyguard then, sort of. Just be like, like sort of like not super showy and stuff, but like you deserve a bodyguard, Elogi, and I will be that body. I'm a lot stronger than I used to be. Um, by the way, Elogi. So if you don't mind, I would like to accompany you as you do your dealings in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I won't need that newfound strength of yours, but I'm not gonna
We
say
never
no.
we never hope that you need it, but it's always nice to have it when you do.
Like
Like a plan.
So I think that also brings us to Elogi's downtime then. So what do we see Elogi doing?
well, first downtown activity is making progress on Blame Ironborn. Some of our heat from our gang onto his gang.
Yeah. What are you going to use for that? Or how many
Sway.
dots? Okay, that's 2 or 3.
I have 3 in sway, so
All right.
so
That is going to be at 3 already.
mm. And so Elogi has noticed that while we survived one war, um, but we have not truly reduced the number of enemies we have. If anything, we have grown them.
Mm-hmm.
And some individuals who maybe we're already enemies with, we are more noticed by them. So, uh, what would this clock be? Raising an army.
Raising an army.
Oh, okay.
Raising a team.
Elogi wants to strengthen and grow our connections. If we are going to be out there risking things, we're going to need more resources and more help.
Okay.
Yeah, strengthening our connections to our existing cohorts, gaining new cohorts, new contacts, more people on our side.
Mhm.
We're already fairly in good with the sisters. I don't know if we can maybe leverage that to their allies becoming our allies.
Possibly that. What I will say is you already have a very easy opportunity to gain another ally, which would be the now ghost possessed wife of a certain Mr. Bellwether.
True. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk to Bellwether. Let's talk to the Bellwethers and see how they've been doing. Adjusting to their.
This is going to be a short scene, but you do arrive. Horatio Bellwether is extremely excited and leads you in, thanking you profusely. And then you come to see his partner, wife. You're not actually quite sure. who looks somewhat corpse-like. You would understand that what you have helped him with is, well, you have created a possessed person. In time, this might become a fully subsumed person, and then you might have created a vampire. But
I do lean over to Ologi and I go, should have chosen a better body. And then just sort of like leans away again.
We work with the tools we have.
Puts his hands up. And, like,
she looks.
shadow.
Oh no, the body is quite fine. I'm still getting used to it. I have been kept in a jar for several years. And whenever she speaks, Bellwether Horatio Bellwether flinches a little bit. We have some problems here to work through, for sure.
So, despite the time we've spent, I don't think we've ever been formally introduced. I gave an alias to Horatio, but you may call me Elogy.
Elena.
A pleasure.
I take it I have you to thank for this body.
Yes.
It looks close enough to how I appeared in the portraits. So, I take it you've done something like this before?
I've done a number of things. This particular instance is a little unique, but perhaps in the future, well, my business seems to take me in contact with a lot of supernatural events and individuals, which I suppose includes you now.
I suppose so. And not that I asked for any of this, but in many ways, I suppose I am in your debt.
What do you want? If you were to ask for something.
What do I want? What I want is to feel fully at home in this body that you have procured for me. Right now, and I am aware, all too aware, that I am steering it, puppeteering. There's always the presence of the one who inhabited it before, somewhere in the back, slumbering but still there.
Well, I know a few people who could help you with that. Maybe help that new suit fit a bit more comfortably, tailor it a bit.
Then,
No.
Yes.
There are times I may ask for things in return, a working relationship, as it were.
Anything to have a body that I can truly call my own again. And with that, if you, I think, have just gained a new cohort. I'm just going to put that in acquire, but it is permanent. This will also mean a bit more Spirit Warden attention coming your way, but you do have a new cohort.
What? Why? We just brought. We're just having a ghost. In a
Just
possessed
having a
body
possessor
accompanying
ghost,
us.
yeah.
Listen, that's compared to the crimes leading up to this. That's barely a crime.
Speaking of crimes, Shiv, what is Taisha doing in her downtime? Actual downtime now, not just.
I was literally when Prince was saying compared to our list of crimes, I'm glad I was reading because I was like, this is just a misdemeanor. Well, once Taisha gets a hold of herself, we're gonna go back to the project, which is what all the weird overindulgence was her testing stuff. So project is going to be working on Unstable. With new information that she acquired the hard way.
And are you going to use both your activities on that?
I don't think I need to do any heal because I didn't take any physical damage, just mental damage. It's fine. She's doing good.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything. I was gonna loop Ula into acquire for stuff, but I think we've burned that bridge pretty successfully.
Little bit,
I will do both. I will do both into the project.
Okay. So currently, your unstable clock is at 2 out of 12. Depending on what you roll now, which I think will be study, it's going to be ticked a total of 4 times because you're doing that twice. And yeah, I'm going to leave this up to you. How do you study this and what do you reveal about your passenger and how it affects you?
I'm going to roll and then figure out what she is focusing on. Actually, no, I am going to reveal my information. Taisha, content warning, there's probably going to be some distressing information in what she was planning on. After her freak out with Ula, the bad trip and all that, she wants to figure out if there's a way that if she puts herself down, the thing comes with her. I had a idea, and of course I was going to discuss this otherwise, but I think it would be interesting to at least reveal my hand. She has the bell that tells her when people die, and I was going to have that spirit wardens, maybe even only low-level spirit wardens, have a glyph on their back that when they die, their body just instantly cremates. And her plan was to try to find something that she could do that would hold on to it while she did that, but it would require herself sacrificing.
Yeah, I will say that is definitely the one way that could work. Is I mean, you're in charge of Spirit Warden lore, so sure.
Yeah. So that was
the means could you find. And in terms of just taking the passenger with you, the passenger is a spiritual being that has just parasitically attached itself to you. So to take it out with you, you need to utterly destroy your spirit.
Yeah. The whole thing with the spirit wardens is even if they wanted to, their spirit is never going to be able to leave their body. They basically have a kill switch in that if a spirit warden dies on duty, they are taken out, and the spirit wardens are never called on their own spirit wardens because they just handle themselves. So
how does making this plan make you more stable? That's the most interesting thing.
A sense of control. She feels really out of control right now. The ritual only partially worked. And then she came back and it was in less control. So having an idea of a possible path forward calms her. Taisha is like me, where when everything seems really unknown, knowing something is a self-soothing tactic. I soothe myself with a lot of research. So I may have glommed that onto a character. We don't have to talk about that in therapy. So that's Taisha. Just okay, so this did this did that, and like starting to be like, I could possibly, because the thing she's worried about is that if she went down, it would jump from her to someone else.
Yeah.
And she wants to hold on to it in the process. And she is pretty convinced it would just shunt it back to where it came. And it's not gone, but it's not here. And that's her main plan. So.
Right.
And I will make that study roll.
No, there are no rolls in downtime. There never have been.
Right.
Last downtime activity, Multo. This is not going to be a scene because we're going to see you next as you all together arrive at Scurlock Manor. But what did Multo do leading up to this as your last downtime activity?
Demonology research.
Okay. Is that also going to be a clock then?
Yes, I would like to learn more about Satara.
Oh, all right. I think I'm going to make that an 8-segment clock. She's powerful enough that that's not out in the open, but she's also doing enough that there is definitely something to be found.
Perfect.
So what did you use to do that? Or what
I
rating?
mean, probably my study or a tune or consort. If I could get away with consort, then I will do consort or a tune. But if not, study. Really.
I'm gonna let you get away with it, but both attune and consort involve other people.
I would
that
like
are
to
alive.
use that are alive. Well,
attune is dead people, but
I will do consort with my other demon friend. I'm sure Elegant is willing to talk gossip about Satara.
Oh, sure. And you arrive with just a little bit of knowledge about Satara that we can bring up as you all are led into Scurlock Manor, which is different from the haunted house of the Dimmer sisters, but also in some ways similar. It is a much grander building, lined with all sorts of artwork and statuary and so on. It also looks in a way more modern. The flooring is the colorful marble that is currently in fashion. There is even a radiant tree in the yard. It does look...
A brother.
Yeah. You should be glad that that's not the one that got stolen to make Multo version 2. But at the same time, there's something about Scurlock Manor that makes you feel similarly uneasy as you have been in the permanently foggy, almost breathing haunted house of the Dimmer sisters. Scurlock Manor isn't breathing so much as it seems like inside it is just kind of dry, stuffy. You feel like a body laid to rest who is watched by a procession of mourners almost. It feels like you're kind of fixed and that you are being watched by the house itself. But anyway, you are led into a sitting room. There's no actual dinner here. I'm not sure even what Scurlock or Satara would eat. Maybe you don't want to see that.
I know exactly what Satara eats. We saw it.
Yeah. That's, yeah, actually true. Uh, and that maybe, yeah, maybe you don't want to see her eat again when you are the only ones there. I mean, Moltar
Correct.
is safe.
Multo's pretty safe, actually.
Yeah,
Of all of us.
Moltar's fine. um, you're let in there. There is not really a lot of, politeness there. You're just waved over to sit down. Satara is there. And so is Lord Scurlock. And both are waiting for you to, well, grovel a little bit, perhaps.
It's a pleasure to finally formally meet you, Lord Scurlock, and Satara, and we're already familiar, but lovely as always.
Yes, we meet formally for the first time. The actual first time, I believe you were not aware I was the one who commissioned your work as burglars. And Satara looks at, honestly, only Eloji. The other three might as well not exist to her, it seems. And you have come back. Wise of you to not try and run from the deal you made. So far, you have at least been interesting. Audacious, even. But now it's time to show that you have real worth. And with that, Scurlock is going to lean forward a little bit, very stiffly, in a way that it looks like like you should hear creaking and cracking from his spine, but there is no sound at all. He just kind of sinks forward a little bit with his corpse-like demeanor. There is another one of my kind entering the city, bringing with her an item that I desire. The item is, she calls it the Clock of Ancients, a preposterous name. It is, however, some sort of clock that runs on blood and electroplasm. I wish to have it. It is on the so-called unstoppable train headed into the city.
Why do they call it
Unfortunately,
unstoppable? Sorry, go ahead.
because it has not been stopped yet.
All right. That's helpful.
It is the most modern train of the Empire. And to its credit, it has not been derailed on its trip across the Empire. That is bringing my acquaintance to the city. You can refer to her as Lady Nilüfer. As I said, I am mainly interested in the clock she has. However, only she knows how to utilize it. So I require you to get aboard the train, get Lady Nilüfer and her clock, and bring them to me. I would suggest that you enter the train while it is still underway in the Deathlands. I believe you have the means for that. However, I have procured the aid of another group in Night Market, where the train will come to a stop. A fellow called Ironborn, who I have made deals with before.
What kind of deals?
Similar ones to the one that I have made with you.
Interesting. He does not seem the subtle type.
I recently have, as you may have heard or read, started some redevelopment plans for the district of Six Towers, plans that have been unduly affected by the sudden explosion of a mansion in the district. Perhaps you are not the ones to talk about subtlety.
I believe there's a saying about fairness and war. Not all of us are
I am certain.
prefer to take out our enemies one at a time.
Yes, you have certainly rid yourselves of the sashes. I have not seen them in quite some time. But if you wish to stay in this district and in this business, perhaps see to it that your actions against the enemies you do have do not make you more enemies than you had before. That aside, I assume we have a deal.
When is the train slated to arrive?
Tomorrow.
Not giving us much time.
At this point, Satara again, as Scurlock just leans back, quietly acknowledging that yes, he's not giving you much time. Satara just looks at you. Oh, but I thought you had so many things to offer. You said so yourself. That wasn't just to impress your father, now was it?
Just acknowledging the facts. And I assure you, I have no need to impress Sylvanas. He's not worth the effort.
Well,
no, I do hope your time together has been pleasant.
Oh,
My mother
yeah.
died many years ago, and I think the being so lonely has made him cranky.
Molto says he probably isn't lonely.
Hmm. Well, he never seemed to be. But, of course, I only entered his life very shortly after your mother passed.
Mm.
Now, I believe we will meet each other again tomorrow. For now, I think you have a train to catch.
Well, a question just for the framing of the scene.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me: is she wearing clothes this time,
No.
or is she?
No.
They don't really wear clothes, do they?
Satara definitely is not.
What about
Satara
covered
is
in?
not covered in just blood and viscera this time, but she is also not wearing clothes. No.
Mm.
I'd ask if she was cold, but she's a demon.
Yeah. It is actually, now that you mention it, and now that this maybe is also something that you notice, again, the rest of the house feels a little bit like a crypt. But in this room with Satara, it feels a bit warmer and also more humid than elsewhere.
Mm. Delightful. And
Scurlock
And-
must be having a time.
I'm not sure Scurlock really notices. But anyway, you are more or less dismissed. And the next time we see you, where do we see you? What is the plan to intercept the train? Or where does that happen? Because this is a full train that you have to intercept, I'm going to let you describe any landmarks or anything else that you need to make that happen. So don't ask me if something exists as long as it is kind of within reason. It's going to be there.
so you said that the part of the remarkable thing about this train is it has not been stopped.
Yeah, I mean, it is, it is unstoppable in the way that the Titanic was unsinkable. It is simply the most modern train that has been built.
Yeah. So
What a great metaphor. I love this. I'm sorry. No, that totally contextualizes what we can do, right? Just kind of having that. Anyways, my thought is there is an emergency station in the Deadlands. It is not a usual stop. It is only if there is an emergency, like coming through the Deadlands, something does manage to get in. I imagine the train has some sort of field that keeps things from coming in. But of course, like you said, sometimes there are breaches. Because I was thinking about how do we stop it in the Deadlands so we have time. And I was joking about looking like Railroad Authority, but if we stop a train at an emergency station in the Deadlands, we could look like Spirit Wardens.
Mm-hmm.
And then walk amongst to say there's been a breach.
Okay, yeah.
It would mean we'd have to take out the Spirit Wardens at the station to then not have them show up.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if we lied by telling the truth? Because we could be
It sounds like
spirit
some shit Molto will say, but Sure. Pass Molto. Molto who died.
Okay, what is the
Yeah.
lying to the lying by saying the truth part?
Well, one of the things the spirit wardens do is take out like beings who shouldn't exist, like vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have word that, oh, we gotta come in, we heard there's a vampire on this train and we need to remove them.
Right. Yeah.
So just
Absolutely. Yeah. You do need to disguise yourselves as spirit wardens, but
Yeah.
I mean that can be your approach. Is you approach it by disguising yourself as spirit wardens, going into the Deathlands, which we know that you can do. Make your way there, and
I think
I guess
Tive
that-
would be aware of how many would be docked, like stationed at the station.
Sure. But first, your no, I mean, no, Taisha wouldn't know that actually.
No.
That is
Oh, is it too-
current
is it too
knowledge.
new?
You're too
Okay.
far. Yeah, you haven't been a spirit warden in long enough that no, you don't know that. But anyway, your approach then is to disguise yourself. Do you get any bonuses for this? I'm going to say one bonus die simply because Taisha may not know much about the current like people there, but you do know how to act as a spirit warden. And I don't think there's anything else that helps you. It is daring, so +1 die, but also it is, well, you have to get into the Deathland, so that's -1 die. So I think that's a wash, kind of. So I think that would mean, yeah, +1 die on the fortune roll to on the engagement roll. So 2 dice. Who wants to roll?
I'll roll.
I could do
Is
it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You said 2 dice total.
Yeah.
We'll say it's no.
So you are in a controlled position. That means your disguise works perfectly as you arrive there. Perhaps with the plan to kill the spirit wardens that are already there, perhaps something else. But as you arrive, as we go on break, you do see not just spirit wardens, actually. You see positioned around this little outpost checkpoint, sitting on majestic stallions.
God damn it.
A detachment of 5 silver nails, led by an imposing figure that you know, of course, as Kotaro. And with that, we'll go on break. See you soon. And we're back. We're back with the Revenants disguised as spirit wardens, and we're back with 5 people on perfectly regular horses. Kotaro awaits, well, doesn't await you. Kotaro is awaiting the train, which you can already rapidly approaching on the horizon. You're not going to have much time to just pick this place apart. So confronted with Kotaro as you are right now, but perfectly disguised, you are arriving in a controlled position. That is the result of your 6 on the engagement roll. What are you going to do?
I think I don't think there's a need for immediate hostility. I think Carrion is just gonna call out to Kotaro and say,
Oh.
"Where are you headed?"
You are disguised as a spirit warden, right? That is, you're not breaking the disguise.
No.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure. Okay, because you're just directly talking to Kotaro instead of anybody else. Spirit Warden. I see they sent more after all. Good. We are waiting for the train. Still. Waiting to extract the vampire.
Tyve is gonna walk up with a sense of authority as kind of the leader of the group being summoned, and will like do essentially like there is like it's not a salute but like a spirit warden like greeting, like maybe like some sort of like fist on chest or something like that, and goes designation Bishop 102617 reporting for backup on vampiric control. I was summoned with a group of pawns to back. There has been new information that suggests that what is on board is more powerful than initially cited.
Yeah. I don't know about your bishops and your pawns, but definitely there's a vampire. The more the merrier. But maybe you want to talk to the other bishops and pawns and what have you. I'll call them out, and draws a revolver and fires it in the air.
There, you can really only see like the silhouette, like kind of like the glassiness of an eye, because the way the spirit warden masks are, I have them. They're very like blank with like the blackened like kind of lenses of them in. But even with Taisha's blackened eyes and the blackened lenses over it, you see her roll her eyes dramatically when he fires the gun. And it is very much like a like the bureaucracy kind of like, of course we're just going to start introducing new like complications. This was going to be 3 papers, now we're up to 17. That kind of vibe of her when he fires the gun. And she just kind of she presses on what would be the bridge of the nose in the mask and goes, great, we'll file an incident report for that too, thanks.
4 spirit wardens come out of this little post, and look at, well, you're not sure if they're looking at you immediately, but they're kind of looking in your direction and at your group for sure. And then one of them, how can you tell, by the way, that this is the most high-ranking spirit warden around here, who would also technically outrank you?
It would be, if you haven't noticed, it's chess pieces.
Yeah.
They don't send a king or queen out onto the field most of the time. This would be the knight. And so, like, there is a distinction where Taisha does kind of a pretty, like, I hate to say, but like limp kind of salute when addressing someone not in the Spirit Wardens. You see her military accuracy hit that Spirit Warden greeting, and there's a little nod of the head. She says, designation Bishop 102617. And this is a real warden. She is using the designation of it. It's not her own. And it's somebody
Night 4/13/29.
Had some information come through from Fort Smoke to suggest that there is greater threat on the train than initially assessed. Just here for backup.
We already have the silver nails as backup just for that. What more could there be?
All due respect, silver nails are mortal. And if anyone is taken out, these are all pawns. So if anyone's taken out, we do know that we won't have more work on our hands.
I'm familiar with that, yes. Didn't answer my question, though. What more could there be?
There is a vested interest from a ally to the wardens that this vampire is seen to promptly. And
You need
this
to roll
is,
here.
I was about to say, this would be because the wardens are turn a blind eye to Scurlock. So this is maybe because he might be funding parts of them. So this is more information than her as a pawn would have
What are
had.
you rolling? Yes.
I would do sway.
All right.
So this is a controlled position though still?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is your first roll. For that, you're definitely in a controlled position, yeah.
Okay. Standard. I don't think I get any bonus dice for this other than having good information and utilizing the jargon. If I could have extra
No.
dice for that? No. How about that? If there's anything Taisha's good at, it's fucking bureaucracy.
You crit. A crit here will mean that, well, I think Knight 41329 is just going to pick up on exactly what you mean. Well, in that case, I think it only makes sense that you get your own help. I think 3 silver nails are going to be more than enough for me and my detachment.
Perfect.
You pick 2 of them, and they will be your escort.
Perfect. I assure you there will be no toe stomping. You take authority on this, of course.
Who do you choose?
And
from the silver nails.
Do you wanna bring Toro?
I was gonna say I don't know if she knows enough to pick Kotoro. Okay, she would pick Kotoro because he is one of the more capable looking men. I don't know if she knows enough that she knows that's fucking with Carrion, which she would still do. It's just she's not doing it from a place of pettiness. He just looks he looks like a strapping lad. So
he's the main guy.
Yeah, she's gonna take Kotoro, and she's gonna take, I don't know, Andre, throw me another name.
one.
It'll be two people you do know personally.
Rodrigo.
Okay.
And
Kotoro and Rodrigo. All right.
Yep. And so
yeah,
she'll just, if like with like more of a military voice, just you with me, and turns and gets into a position to catch the train. Like essentially, like when it arrives, they can hit the doors as swiftly as possible.
All right. Those are the ones. Then, as soon as the train stops, we might have to assist the railjacks. And then afterwards, you go in front, we'll take the back. And of course, if the vampire understands what is about to happen to her, we will need to have to act quickly, decisively. We're not here to take prisoners. Unfortunately, you are, of course, but Knight 41329 doesn't know that. The train approaches, screaming across the Deathlands. Not so much just the train, although that as well. You hear the screeching of the steel, but also the howling of the ghosts that have attached themselves to it on its trek across the Deathlands. Railjacks hanging outside of the train, fighting off the ghosts. As it slows down, you will have to quickly, before more ghosts arrive, take care of the gathered ghosts here. And I think that brings us over to our Roll20 scene. And we are now on the score.
Clock of Worlds.
Hmm?
Not just Clock of Worlds. I don't care what Scurlock says. That's a great name.
Clock of Worlds, Clock of Ancients. Anyway, you are going to have to deal with ghosts as this train rushes in. Again, the howling of the ghosts. Let's go then. And Kotaro just grins at you. On your mark, then. And we're going to have, I think this is going to just be a 6-segment clock. Could have been more, but you're going to have to take care of some ghosts. So, this has to happen quickly, or else more things from the Deathlands are going to come in. So who's taking the lead here, and who's doing something here? Who's doing what?
Our bishop.
Yeah.
We defer
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
I'd probably just jump on the train as soon as I'm pointed by the bishop to go jump on the train. That's pretty much
Let's see. So this is a mechanics question.
Yes.
Taisha has taken ritual. Is that implied it has to be an extraordinarily long thing, or do I have
Yes.
time to? Okay.
You
I
can
was gonna say-
flashback, but yes.
Well, I will flashback.
Yeah.
Taisha does a ritual in the downtime when she comes back from her very awful, no good, terrible vacation.
Wait. But what ritual? Because you only know the one so far.
I thought I had a second one. I would like that would have been a project on number one. I was going to say I would like essentially to have. I'm trying so hard not to make a gazillion pop culture references, but I was going to say some sort of ritual that essentially turns the spirit bottle stuff that I've managed to put into the doll into like a ghost trap, like from the Ghostbusters, where it has more like a field, like kind of throw down a mine and tether them there so they don't bother us, but we don't have to take them out. I don't know if that would work, but that would have been a downtime thing. That would have been a very smart thing for me to do. I think then instead we are going to have to engage, and you guys are going to, us guys are going to have to fight them.
I'm going to let you acquire some kind of ghost trap.
Okay.
For 2 stress.
2 stress. I'll take it. I'm fresh. I'm good. I'm relaxed. It's so not bad to already be
The
taking
2
stress
stress
before the
are
train
going
arrives.
to be because this is going to come from an old Spirit Warden contact. So how do you deploy this, and what exactly does it do for people who have not watched Ghostbusters in the last 20 years?
I did run into people who didn't know who Ghostbusters were at MomoCon, and my friend was affronted about it. I understood it's an old movie. It was an old movie when I was a kid. Anyways, so it's essentially like a discus, like a throwing disc of some sort that Taibsha produces from under the cloak that just kind of, you can't even tell like somebody's like body or anything in the way the spirit warden cloaks sit. So it's almost just like, it looks like summoned from nothing, just a black gloved hand goes out and this disc just gets thrown. And there's, as soon as it hits the ground flat and the weight of it hits a button on the bottom, it lights up along the top. and then there's just kind of this field that comes out of like kind of the same color as electroplasm, and essentially it's almost like casting a net where anything that is within that field, which since it's a flatter object is a little bit more wide than your traditional ghost trap in the Ghostbusters, which is more at an angle, and then it just essentially snaps shut that electroplasm, and that disc can hold them for a time.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. It can
But-
hold them for a time. Okay.
I will let you set a clock that we are now running with the timer of can we get this done before that disc unleashes, and now we have a second problem coming in.
Okay. I think I'm going to say yes. That does take care without a roll of some of the ghosts. So I'm just going to take the clock twice. No, let's go 3 times. Probably doesn't make a difference, but anyway. So as Taibsha unleashes that, what are the others doing to get rid of the other half of the ghosts that you are tasked with?
Yeah, I think Karen's just shooting them with ectoplasmic ammunition.
Okay. I will say, because we had this issue before, there are railjacks. Railjacks are the people who keep the train safe, who are fighting off the ghosts with more or less just electroplasmically charged grappling hooks and other weapons. You might hit them, but that's just in case something goes horribly wrong.
What's the worst thing?
You're
that
now
could
in a you're still only in a risky position. I'm not going to make it desperate because you have so much backup, but something bad might happen to the railjacks, and then you might have to explain yourselves, and that might jeopardize your disguise.
Okay. Would you say this is skirmish?
Yeah.
Okay. Risky, standard. I will not take a devil's bar again.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. 2 extra ticks on the clock. So how do we see Carrion decimate the
Yeah.
ghosts alongside 2 other people who fight remarkably like you?
I think we see Carrion empty a full clip of his revolver as he just like fans the hammer, just and just eliminates like a bunch of them in a row very quickly. I kind of also want to make like a roll to continue being disguised as a spirit warden in front of Katoro specifically.
Yeah. I mean, let's say you don't have to, because that would have kind of been part of a mixed success.
Okay.
Like that would have been a consequence, is that you give yourself away by the way you fight.
Okay.
The one time Carrion maintains a freaking deception.
Yeah, as we see 3 Severosi just fight off many of these ghosts. Elogi or Molto, I think one of you can do the honors and finish off the ghosts here, and the other one can open up the doors to the train.
You're muted.
I have a suggestion. Elogi can stop the ghost because I have interface that will open the doors to the train, which is me attuning to the local electroplasmic power field to control it from
yeah.
So I could do that part.
Sure.
So Elegy will just have a pretty standard spirit hook that we've seen the Spirit Wardens use before. So it's like something we could have acquired, and it's one of their common equipment. So as a pawn, it makes sense that he would have one. And yeah, those are mainly for grappling and containing ghosts. But he's going to try to on a distracted ghost, like one actively fighting other
I
people.
mean, there is definitely there's definitely a scene like that. You see a railjack just kind of shooing a ghost away, almost. Just the railjack looks very much unbalanced and is just trying her best to keep the ghost off her. And you can help that railjack prevent that ghost from gaining the upper hand.
His prowl with it.
Yeah,
That's
could be.
LG does not have very good events. I can't think of a way to use Rook's Gambit that does not give us away.
I'm also not sure that you need to, like, this doesn't seem desperate enough to it is not desperate in gameplay terms, but also I'm not sure you should use your stress right here when you have a vampire coming up.
Yeah,
you know,
so risky.
Yeah.
Standard, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I would offer you a bargain, but you don't need more than standard effect. Yeah, okay. As you get rid of the last ghost, how exactly do you do that?
Again, for this disguise, we have some standard Spirit Warden equipment, including the Spirit Warden version of a Spirit Baubles. So hook into it and like use what side lever on it that brings it in with like a surge of electroplasm into this more of a like large vial that they use.
Yeah. I'm going to say as far as your side effect here goes, this was already a fight that was won. It's going to be more about who this ghost was, because you saw before, of course, several people in the garb of the church. It's not your grandfather. That would be a bit anticlimactic, but who do you recognize this ghost as? Either as a title or even a specific person, up to you.
This is Brother Raymond, a member of the church that LG has not seen in a long time, and is rather surprised as to why his ghost is here and outside the city. It begs a lot of questions.
Yeah. And you can take level 1 harm here. Harm in this case would just mean you are very strongly distracted. So it's not physical harm, or you can resist. That would be resolve.
Yeah, I'll resist. Why not?
And meanwhile, what do we see Molto do? How does Molto interface with the door?
Honestly, it's gonna be like just touching the door, and is going to let the he's going to attune to the energy that's in there. I think he's just so aware of what it's like to be a battery that currently that's what he is, kind of. He's an energy inside a wooden battery. That's what he sees himself as. So he's gonna try and be like influence that on the side of the train and be like open sesame or something. That's really all he does. And I would like to use a tune for that.
No, you don't need to.
Oh, okay, cool. It just does it.
It just does it.
Nice.
I mean, that's why you have the ability. It would have been a very simple roll anyway, if I even would have made you roll at all. But you open this and you have some control over the door. Like you can also control it to close again.
Is that a control that can travel? Like, can I keep using that control while we're in the score, or is this a one-time?
Once you're further away from the door, you would need to find something else to actually interface with. There would be central controls.
Sure.
Perfect. Well, somewhere, but I'm not sure if that would connect to the door. But we can figure that out as we go.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys have a key around, basically.
Mm-hmm. And with that, you, as the gathered Ragex, just give you a quick thumbs up. Make your way into the train.
I'm wearing the Spirit Warden disguise too, right?
Yeah.
Which means that, well, I mean, for you, not flesh, but all flesh is covered in the Spirit Warden disguise, no matter the weather.
Yes.
So, like,
yes.
you cannot be seen that you are wooden.
Shiv, as you have threatened to be a train nerd today, as you go in, what marks this as the most modern train that this kind of somewhere around the late 19th century, but also with a lot more electricity setting, could muster?
I was trying, when you talked about central controls, I was like, stay muted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in this, I'm going to try really to do this concisely. In this era, we would have usually used steam engines, correct? So if we're going to use electricity.
This is an electricity powered train.
So here is something, because the electricity in this setting is electroplasm, typically run. This train, and Taibsha is both very fascinated by it, but also slightly upset about the manner in which that the train gains its power. It's less like the early 20th or 21st century. Or no, 20th. I know my centuries. Early 20th centuries, when they did start to switch more to electrical, where it had kind of like what I would call like Batman the Animated Series kind of vibes, that kind of Art Deco style train. This does have a engine that is fed with a stoker, essentially, but what they're using is essentially concentrated ghosts, and it is this kind of electroplasm powder that they've basically synthesized down. And so there's somebody who shovels it in and puts it into what burns it up, because that's peak 19th century train. We have to have somebody there with a shovel. And so there is somebody who's running the engine, and depending on how long the train would be, there might have to be a secondary engine to keep the backup up. Mm-hmm. But when you come into the passenger,
there is no passenger part to this. This is a cargo train.
It is a cargo train. Okay. That changes things.
There is a vampire in there somewhere, but this is a cargo train, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this was like some sort of like fancy safari kind of vibe. Okay. So like, hey, let's go to the dangerous place because we have so much money. Fuck you. It's a cargo train. So then that means it would have essentially, because of the electricity and it's not being used to like climate control or like make anything nice, that electricity that the train both runs through like almost like wires of sorts. Like they almost look like exposed pipes, but they're huge, like big, like fiber optic wires along the walls. And those kind of act as like a miniature ghost field, like around like around the city, the Tesla coil kind of thing, but that runs along the length of the train, so it shouldn't be able to be breached. And the thing is every time a door is open and that seal is completely, breached, you could have. This is why we deal with the ghost before we get on the train. So yeah. So that's it, and it's very much like that late 19th century like classic steam engine style, but it's kind of a mix between like this pseudo Art Deco, but like late type. So yeah, because I'm pulling in the electricity, but there is a stoker in the engine. So essentially, what would be on as far as staff.
you make your way into the cargo train.
Very concise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We need trains. If we had more trains around for me to ride on, I wouldn't have to get it out in the few times I'm allowed to be. No, I'm talking about the United States. If I had more trains, I wouldn't be like this because they wouldn't be weird and cool.
Sure. I believe you. You're in the cargo area. You immediately, even through the mask, you start coughing a little bit, as apparently you are in a part of the cargo area that is just filled to the top with, by the smell, you would think Eruvian spices. Definitely not a vampire. You make your way through the other just cars of the train, occasionally uncovering, something like a box that would look like big enough to hide a person inside. You're not even entirely sure how to find a vampire here. This is something that Typesha would unfortunately have become very aware of, is that you can not see Lord Scurlock. You can barely, if you concentrate, kind of make him out a little bit, but your ghost sight doesn't really work that well on vampires. But almost as if she knows that somebody is coming for her, suddenly, simply standing in the the little walkway between two cars of the train, looking at you with brightly glowing eyes, is the vampire Nilufar. Looking very much unlike and yet like Scurlock. She has very long curly hair, brown skin that looks not nearly as corpse-like as he does, but at the same time, she just stands almost as rigidly as he does. Who sent you? You might be muted.
Are there other wardens mixed in with us while we do this check?
No, but there are Kotaro and Rodrigo. So you do have
only
two people that
we have to silence.
Yeah, and Kotaro has been described as such a pushover. But the question stands, who sent you?
Someone else is going to have to take over for this because Typesha's not going to be cool about this. I am bequeathing.
Can you remind me, did Lord Scurlock want the lady alive?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He needs her to essentially tell him how to operate the clock.
Yeah.
Mm,
Can I say, do you have an idea who sent us?
I mean, you can, but then we're just going to have a back and forth about this for 10 minutes.
No, I just want her to guess who sent us so that I could lie about it.
You can, yeah. Sure.
Okay. Who do you think sent us?
Somebody with a certain taste for obnoxious people.
Then that's who sent us.
Very well.
I mean, to be fair, it takes one to know one.
I'm actually not going to have the whole back and forth. She's going to approach and she's
I'm just
ready
gonna
for
be
a
like,
fight.
whoever it is you think sent us, that's who sent us.
To be more, if LG can interject.
Yeah.
Check.
To
I
be
have
more
a feeling that they
precise.
don't like each other, so
Yeah.
Oh, and
To be more precise, you have, uh, mm, by the authority of the city, of the gubernatorial seat of Duskfall, you have been cordially invited into the city as an honored guest.
Congratulations, you're being saved. Do not resist.
and this is the escort that is usually sent for honored guests, intercepting a train in the Deathlands.
Due to your unique circumstances, mm, it was thought best to send an escort that could both defend the honored guest and, if withstand the honored guest.
Okay. I'm gonna put a few clocks in here. No need that one. The first one is going to be convince Nilufer.
hmm
okay. I guess we're headed that direction.
You can.
You want to fight her? Like, you think that's a better idea?
I don't.
Yes. No.
I don't. I think we can do it.
You probably can, but then you fail the mission and you're gonna have Scurlock mad at you. But the second clock, I think I just put that, is basically that her patience runs out.
Yeah.
That's a 4-second clock. So
That's much shorter.
yeah, yeah.
So I like if this were an anime, like just to give an idea of like Taibsha's body language, because this is the best way to do this. If this were an anime, as we get the group shot from behind, you just see little Taibsha compared to everyone else just spewing black like smoke. Because she's just stewing, like just, and she finally just like she removes the warden mask. Because once we got on the train, I assume it's safe to be without, or I mean, she has a mask underneath the warden mask. She removes the warden mask and just
It's
says,
another mask.
right, it's Kakashi shit. She's absolutely Kakashi. Anyway, so she removes the warden mask and like those black eyes just look at her and goes, I'm not happy about any of this. It seems like you're not happy about any of this, but at least someone can be happy if we get you to somebody I despise. And you are now on that list, but it's fine because this could possibly help. There is a lord in Duskfall. I know you know who that is. He is here to make sure that people who are supposed to be wearing these masks by law are not going to take you out.
I'm gonna just take 2 of her patience points away immediately because you just mentioned Lord Scurlock, but you can make a roll here.
Let's go. What roll can I?
I'm not sure. That sounded like command a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you can say something else, but I'm not sure. That sounds very commanding to me.
I was going to. Okay, so here's this. Taisha gets her little spiel out, sees that.
What do you want to roll?
I was going to say, mentioned as Lord
No,
Scurlock
what is the skill that you want to roll?
because I was going to say sway. So she gets out of the thing and then goes, if you don't like him, I don't like him, and we can then be friends. Okay?
Sure. Roll sway. This is desperate, by the way.
Tip everything over into desperate.
Well, that's a failure.
Cool.
I think the issue with the failure isn't so much that she doesn't like what you said. It's more that you unmasked yourself in front of Kotaro and Rodrigo and mentioned something completely against what they want to do. Andre, you can play Rodrigo now, I guess. And I'm going to be Kotaro. Rodrigo!
Si, senor.
Absolutely incredible. Let's go.
No, no.
I'm Hispanic. I'm allowed to do it.
I know, and that's why
These people exist, Janis.
Sure. Okay. This is going to be the most comfortable scene today. I can already tell. We are betrayed.
Rodrigo will immediately whip out a revolver of his own, ready to fire.
No. We seize that one. The spirit wardens can take care of their own. And Kotaro is going to just rush and tackle Taisha. Who can resist here?
Mm-hmm. What do I get?
That is going to be prowess. But you can also simply let yourself be taken down.
The amount of times I go down for this fucking team, yeah. Right, we're talking about bleed. It's really easy to do harm to somebody who's very close to you.
No, first you resist, or you don't.
All right, we're gonna resist. Or no, we're not gonna resist. We are gonna let him tackle me.
Okay. And as this happens, Lady Nilofer just looks at the remaining three. You come to stand in front of me and you couldn't even agree on a plan beforehand. This is the best that Scurlock could send.
I would like to do a flashback.
Okay, yeah, good.
Perfect.
Please.
I would like to do a flashback where I hung out with Lord Scurlock and talked to him about the best way to talk to this lady.
Oh,
Wow.
for sure. That's going to be too stressed because you're hanging out with Lord Scurlock, and I don't even know how you got there, but you did, for sure.
We did. It's just doing molto shit.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, again, too stressed because hanging out with an ancient vampire like that took something.
I have hung out with ancient beings. It's fine.
True.
I'll deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm planning this thing, as I'm like secretly planning, well, not secretly, but like making my own plans just in case other people's plans did not work. It's a backup plan. I'm talking to Lord Scurlock with this backup plan idea. Sort of. Lord Scurlock, how should we how should we talk? What is your relationship with this vampire?
My relationship with her is as my relationship is with all lesser ones of my kind.
So will she like the fact that we are escorting her to you, or will she think of it as a kidnapping?
Not. She will think of it as a path to servitude.
Right.
But the fact that she is even on her way to Duskmore suggests that there's something she is running from,
I see.
even temporarily.
Perfect.
There is, of course, often, well, let us say that Iruvia is a bit more hostile to vampires and demons than Akaros can be. There might be some purge going on.
I see. Another question that I would ask from you, Lord Scurlock, and you've been so patient with me. What do you believe would make her immediately go and follow us to you, if anything?
If anything,
Yes.
promise her that you will kill me. And make her believe it.
Oh, that's... Thank you very much. That is very helpful.
Yeah.
And we flashback.
Yeah,
Flashback over.
okay.
I'm going to go as... Where is she right now? She's just standing there being all menacing.
She is. She has taken a few steps forward into the cargo area. You see her just kind of run her fingers across one of the boxes.
Sweet.
Step.
I will use it. I don't know if I will basically whisper to her. I will kill him. This is temporary. But I promise you I will kill him.
Okay. And with that, you can, I mean, this is still going to take a roll.
Of course. I have a feeling that I have a couple of bonuses, though.
Yeah, you will get extra effect. Definitely that. You will also get an extra die.
Awesome. Can I use consort here, because I asked for Lord Scurlock's advice?
I think I would say no, but I will still let you use consort because you are kind of just, in between us people who are in the business of killing. We can totally kill Scurlock. Like that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna use consort. And what is the position?
Desperate at this point. Yeah. But great effect.
Great effect. Awesome. And then bonus dice from the flashback?
You get one bonus die.
All right, cool. All right, let's hope for the best. Not bad.
That was pretty good. All things
Do
considered.
take the clock. And
Should I get a point of patience back or nah?
No, that is one-way street. But she will look at you, and there's a little effect here. There's something bad that happens to you. She just looks at you. Kill him? Well, I might hold you to that.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
promises I've kept.
Let me see about that. And she will try to siphon a bit of your energy, as vampires in Blades in the Dark subsist of life energy, which is still kind of accessible through the hull. And you can let that happen.
Yeah.
Or not. All
No,
right.
you can have it.
Okay. You do take level 2 harm. As
Sure.
Yeah.
Willingly let you have it. And she should know. I mean, I would like for her to know that that was a willing drink.
Yeah. Perhaps you are good for your word then. Kotaro and Rodrigo are nearly done wrestling Taisha in the background, but Elogi and Carrion, you have the opportunity to do something here, perhaps.
So the nails that are with us, they're trying to attack the vampire, correct?
No, they tackled
No?
Taisha.
Oh, right, they
They're
tackled
they're
Taisha.
they're currently distracted from their mission.
Yeah, they will be on the vampire soon, yeah.
But okay, important question: did we hear Molto just make a deal?
I think maybe not actually, because the fight that Taisha is in is probably louder than Molto, who whispered.
Yep.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
But we all have this clear agreement that we're going to not let this vampire lady get hurt. So that is at least something that we're all aware of.
Okay. Yeah. So while okay, they're both on like grappling type shit right now.
Yes.
Okay.
She's putting up just enough fight to keep them distracted.
All right. The more dangerous looking one.
Kotaro, yes.
Iloshi will attempt to just have him get a nose full of trans powder. So I'm just gonna drug his ass, and hopefully he will pass out.
Ooh, Kotaro is a massive fucking dude. So I'm gonna say
Who
by
is distracted.
default, you're gonna have limited effect. You need to upgrade this in some way. Maybe Carrion is willing to help though, because
I will help by trying to restrain Kotaro if that helps.
And then that means you can possibly, well, I'm gonna say the assist can upgrade the effect to regular, which means that Kotaro will be out for long enough for you to subdue him.
Okay. It's after all.
You have to roll something. I'm going to assume that Rook's Gambit is going to come in here if I make you roll skirmish. So yeah. So how do you do it? Yeah.
So yeah, Rook's Gambit for sway, pretending like I'm actually going to help him restrain Taisha, like saying, Bishop, how could you possibly betray us? And then reach and put the trans powder right up to his nose and mouth.
Yeah. and
So,
then roll sway.
risky or
yeah, you-
desperate, controlled?
Okay, I think this roll is. No, it's desperate because if they think that you're attacking them, they will draw their guns on you. This is not just a brawl. It's desperate. You have upgrade this to standard effect with Carrion's help. Yeah.
No bonus size because the help was already to
Yeah.
upgrade the effect. Okay.
Yeah. So how do the two of you take out Kotaro, and also because you crit, manage to immediately subdue Rodrigo as well?
I think Carrion will kick out the back of Kotoro's legs, and just like full Nelson him.
Yeah, so as Katoro goes down, I think Rodrigo would come like shift from grappling Daisha to coming after us, and well, Elogi's got trans powder enough for everybody.
Yeah. And as Rodrigo just topples over, falls over backwards, we return to Multo and Nilüfer. And what is Multo's next move here? How do you convince Nilüfer to actually come with you?
I remove my mask just so that she can see.
Interesting.
Do you know what else is interesting?
Many things. But I think you mean something specific.
To me. I am bound to no one. Isn't that?
You certainly don't have the makings of one of his thralls, which is mainly what concerns me right now.
I do not have it. If anything, I don't think I'm bound to anyone at all. Except for myself. Which is pretty great as a whole.
Yes, you are certainly not like the hulks that I have seen before.
I'm a special boy. No.
Usually. And I have never known him to employ one.
So, would you believe me? Would you believe us? I'm sorry that we haven't been giving much of a really good showing. We're going through some things as a group. Emotionally, we're struggling, but that's neither here or there. No, I'm not saying that all at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just talking out loud in my brain. I'm just saying, what I'm actually saying is, do you trust, would you trust us to not only help you get to Lord Scurlock, but also make sure it's a temporary situation and not a permanent, and I'm going to use Lord Scurlock's words here, servitude, permanent path to servitude.
Trust you.
I know you just met me, but
I have lived long enough to remember the makings of the Empire today. I have not survived this long by simply trusting people, but what could you possibly have to offer me to make me believe you?
I have intimate knowledge of demons.
I suppose.
Very, very intimate.
Anyone could say that. What I need is proof.
Can I do a flashback?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna do a flashback to me hanging out with Elegant, my
Yeah.
demon buddy.
Hmm.
Hey, Elegant, if I ever need to show somebody that you were backing me up and that I have intimate knowledge of you, what would that take?
Since you are in charge of Dagger Isles, everything, you decide what Ilagan hands you.
I would say the radiant tree is a really big sign. The fact that I'm able to be in a radiant tree and also a little tattoo. And it is one of those it's one of those tattoos that has to be like if other people in Dagger Isles they would travel up a mountain and whatever and get those really nice specific tattoos. It's a protection tattoo, but with a Legan, it is the opposite. It is the tattoo for the Dagger Isles, the people who get this tattoo is protection from him.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure if Niloufar will be entirely aware of all of that, but I think she will recognize it as definitely not Setara's, but somehow demonic. And so you can dramatically unveil it. This is going to be some kind of role.
Sure.
But
I'm
no stress for
I'm
the
going
flashback,
to
by the way.
I don't know. So what?
No stress for the flashback, by the way, because that is just.
I have a question about my in Janis. What is exactly the partnership that I have with Iliad? Because I'm gonna try to look, we're partners. I'm not serving you. I want to make sure that I want to make sure whether to come up as that is a lie or it's not a lie. I don't think we're partners, but I don't think he has.
We're not necessarily partners, but it's more like it's a very uneven kind of transactional relationship.
Yeah.
So you can make deals with Ilagan, but he is always going to get the better deal.
Sweet. Yeah. But he doesn't have control over me. He can't just. Cool. I show off the tattoo that's right on my clavicle.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, is this proof enough? Or would you like me to call him up?
Okay. Just roll. And because we have actually established that there is some rivalry between Ilagan and Setara, this is going to get extra effect. So it is still desperate, but it is going to have great effect, potentially, if you don't fail. Maybe you would like to push yourself for extra effect here.
I absolutely will. How many... so, of the 2 flashbacks, I only got 2... I only got 2, right? From hanging out with a vampire guy.
Yes.
Real talk, Glaiza will not have stress hanging out with a vampire guy, just so you're aware. In fact, it'll chill me out a lot more. Anyway, so I'm going to push myself.
Yep.
And take 2 more drain for that.
Mhm.
So that I get
Oh yeah, you're drained now, not stressed. Yeah.
So still desperate,
Desperate, great
but
effect.
the
Yeah.
effect is great. And
Uh-huh.
then bonus dice is 2. Because I did
Just
the
one.
flashback. No, I didn't. I
No,
didn't do
the flashback doesn't give you. The flashback doesn't automatically give you a bonus.
Oh, it made the. Yeah, okay.
It made it possible.
So just the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
well.
just 0 stress anyway. So yeah. So 1 extra die and great.
Ah!
She's going to trace her finger across the tattoo, and
Hot.
you will feel some kind of rippling even through your wooden body that reverberates in your spirit. Oh, that is certainly not Sitara now, is it?
No.
Most pleasant. She is close to being convinced, but Ilagan will know that you used him to bargain here. Somebody
He
else.
didn't say I couldn't.
No, he didn't. We are 2 dots away, or 2 segments away from ending this. So who else wants to convince? Niloufar, as you decide that, by the way, we're cutting away a little bit to the other end of the train, where we just hear from behind the mask, just found it, as a very ornate clock is produced from a completely nondescript crate. The clock is looking like it looks like it would belong in some kind of tower somewhere, made out of bronze and gold. A lot of filigree on it. Except there are also tubes on either side. One that you would know, of course, if you saw this, is for blood, the other for electroplasm. And it's that when we return to this, you will have to deal with the spirit ones who have taken half of your kind of payday. But for now, we're still dealing with Niloufar. And who is going to try and convince her to cooperate with you? Finally.
So I suppose after taking out our escort, we see Molto just conversing with
I would
Yeah.
also like to give a foresight or like a help action to anything. We can talk about it later, but
Yeah.
yes.
But we see this, like they're just talking. So it seems we've come to some understanding.
Understanding, yes, but the value of this is still unclear to me.
Out of character.
What?
Oh.
No, she's. What can you do ultimately against Lord Scurlock when you are so clearly sent by him, ordered around as you were?
The purge that's happening where she's coming from, who is the one, who's the organization in charge of it? Is it the Wardens?
Probably. I mean, the
Probably.
Wardens will probably be involved. They are an organization of the entire empire.
Taibsha, crawling out from under the unconscious dudes who were wrestling her, just goes, the Wardens in this city can be bought. They're in the pocket of Lord Scurlock. It pains me they can be bought, despite applying the rules to only certain individuals. But
Well, I would
It-
like them to be in the pocket of somebody who is not Scurlock.
me too.
How are you convincing her?
So you do not like Scurlock. And
It is not a matter of like or dislike. It is a matter of, will I have my freedom in Duskfall?
that is exactly what we're interested in. Our freedom. Scurlock clearly wishes to exert his influence in many places, including attempting to do so over us. But if he's not around to do that, then it sounds like we all benefit.
I bring this up because Scurlock has been in a live and let live situation with the wardens that apply it to no one else. I don't like either of those things. Scurlock is also swinging his weight around with that freedom that he has bought. I want him off of the board. You want him off of the board? I have been doing research in disconnection and extermination.
See, now we're getting somewhere. Because what I need to know is that you actually have the capacity to be of use to me.
Hey,
So-
Carrion, how mad would you be if I showed off that I can disconnect a spirit from a body and it was one of your guys?
I mean, whatever.
Sure. And simply because he's new and Katoro needs to be Carrion's storyline, she is going to reach her hand out and that blackened hand comes. And essentially, just as a show of force, just as a show of force, she's not going to totally pluck, but she's going to essentially pluck at the strings at his spirit.
I will say, because you're using this a lot, this will undo all your progress from today on your trauma clock. All of it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sometimes it's one step forward and two steps back. I have more information so that I can step forward again. But in desperate times, I'm willing to step back, even if it's going to undo some of the work I've done. And yeah, she's just going to pluck at the strings, almost making like the sound of a violin getting plucked, but she's not going to pull at them unless there's a resolve roll where the thing may take over and still
I think because there's bleed between you and your passenger, you need to roll. You need to roll a tune. If it outright fails, I'm not sure. I think that means you just can't do it in the moment and embarrass yourself a little bit. But if it's a mixed success, which is much more likely, you will kill Rodrigo.
Okay. Are we still desperate here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And standard effect. I don't know if any of my shit applies. Ghost Mind, Iron Well, Ritual.
You can push yourself here.
Okay, I will.
One extra die, but that's just so you can possibly avoid killing here.
And that's 2 stress to push myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I? No, it would just change the position.
There's a bonus foresight thing if you would like.
You know what?
Oh, that's an assist. Okay, then
So
you get 2 extra dice.
And
yeah.
I would basically be like, I spent some time telling people, whoever rolls next, be like, hey, she does not want to be a servant. All blah 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 stuff, background stuff.
And I think that's Taibsha's thing is sometimes you have to learn the strings you need to cut, and then it's going to roll.
Ooh. He lives, barely. So as we see you tuck at the string, Nilufer just looks at it. Just looks at you. Oh. How quaint, but yes, that can certainly be of use. Not against Scurlock himself or Satara, But there is some power here, I see. You definitely aren't the usual rebel that Scurlock likes to send into the fray. Very well. We don't have much time before we arrive in Duskfall, so let's get the clock and see what we can do. And that is where we're going to end the session. As just, for the sake of completeness, I will tick this clock twice more. And when we return next week, you have to figure out how to get the clock from the Spirit Wardens. But you have a vampire on your side now, I guess.
Yeah.
Take it.
You will have to betray a vampire later, but we're gonna get to that.
Who says we can't get two birds stoned at once?
Sure.
Listen, at some
I
point you
think
gotta
we're
betray.
doing great, gang. I think we're doing
you
so good.
Definitely, you have built a beautiful house of cards today.
It's great.